grade 6, how are you? This is Teacher Riz and welcome to our HELE class. So today we are going to learn a new lesson. But before we proceed, let me show you a picture first. I want you to analyze the picture for 20 points. I want you to give your own interpretation about the picture. Okay? So during our virtual class, I will be asking you one by one. Okay? So are you ready? All right. So I will just give you 10 seconds to look at the picture. Okay? So are you ready? All right. So here is the picture. All right. Time's up. So were you able to write down your own interpretation of the picture? Okay, that's good. So I will be asking you one by one in our virtual class, okay? All right, so you have to prepare that one. So let's start our new lesson for today. We are going to talk about choosing the appropriate trees to plant. Do you love or do you like planting trees? Okay, so that's good. So question, why do we need to plant trees? Do you have any idea? All right. Here are some reasons why do we need to plant trees. First, we have trees provides oxygen. This is the main one of the main reason why do we need to plant trees class? Because trees are very beneficial for the survival of humans, animals, and other living organisms. So that is why we need to plant trees. Next, we have number 2. Trees clean the air. Imagine a dry towel class, absorbing the water that has been spilled on a table. Trees class act that way. Yes, you heard it right. They absorb pollution and provide cleaner air. So this will only happen, class, if there are more people planting trees than those causing pollution. Okay? Number 3, we have trees make cooler air. So, class, the more trees planted in an area, the cooler the area will be. Just like if today is very hot, okay, we can feel the hotness coming from the sun, the rising sun. So, trees can help us because of their shade, right? Next, we have trees provide food both for humans and wildlife. Do you agree? Yes, of course. If you want to have an unlimited supply of fruits class, I know there are lots of people who loves mango. That's why they keep on buying. So why not planting mango tree, right? So you may have your own. You can have your own mango. So you can harvest your own. You don't need to buy, right? Last one we have trees beautify the place. Do you agree with that? Of course, I agree. Trees provide shade to protect you from harmful ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. So they also add to the beauty of such as parks. That is why we can see different trees or lots of trees in the park, right? Okay, so we let's proceed to the examples of the common orchard trees. So, what do you think? What are those orchard trees that we have here in the Philippines? Yes, we have many. So, first we have ilang-ilang tree. So, ilang-ilang tree class, are you familiar with this? Ilang-ilang tree is a tropical flower-bearing tree class whose name means flower of flowers. So its yellow flowers smell good. So it seems like so it is often like used to make perfumes or fragrant oils. So this can be for making perfumes. Next, we have number two, anahaw trees. This is very common. So anahaw is our national leaf, right? Philippine national leaf. So anahaw class is also a tropical palm commonly seen in many parts of the Philippines. Okay, so next we have Mulavi tree. So Mulavi tree class is a slow growing and drought resistant tree. So it is one of the hardest tree used for lumber. So for those who wants to or who plans to build houses, yeah, much better if you're going to use the Mulavi lumber. Okay, next we have Bani tree. Bani tree class has a large, wide spreading canopy that is commonly planted at home to provide shade. So it is also seen in roadside glass and parks. So next we have Banaba tree. Banaba tree, just like anahaw, ilang-ilang. This is also a tropical, a fast-growing and a drought-resistant tree. It is both an ornamental and medicinal tree. So ornamental, it's also a type of ornamental tree. So next we have the common one we have here in our school. We have this one in our school, mango tree. So it grows well in a place with tropical climate such as the Philippines. So there are lots of mango tree in the Philippines. So next we have santol tree. So santol tree class is a tropical also, fast growing fruit tree that can be tolerate any soil as long as it is well drained. Okay, next we have Chico tree. Chico tree class, we have this one also in school. So it is a slow growing prolific tree. So the Chico fruit class is known as the sapodilia on the other countries. So it is different from us, from ours. So next we have, yes, I know you love this. We have guava tree. Guava tree, yes, we all know that this is a small, easy growing tropical tree. So it produces sweet fruits that can be used in making drinks and desserts. Next, durian tree. So durian tree class is a popular in producing fruits with strong aroma and unique taste. We all know the smell. We already know the smell of durian tree. So durian fruit. But then there are lots of people who loves tasting it. So there are lots of durian fruit in Davao, and we all know that. Okay. So now again, what are those common orchard trees? First, we have ilang-ilang tree, anahaw tree, mulawi tree, bani tree, banaba tree, mango tree, santol tree, chico, guava, and the last one is durian. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next one. The factors in planning an orchard trees. Class, the term orchard trees class, this refers to planting, growing, and producing healthy trees and other crops for food production. That is why we call this orchard trees. So an orchard is a large garden comprising of many ornamental plants, fruit trees, and the like. Okay? So let's have, in order to start an orchard garden class, you must be able to consider the following. First, we need to consider the location. Okay, so location class, we need to consider that where the trees will be planted should be taken into consideration. So, be aware class on how tall the trees will grow and how much space they will occupy. So, if you're going to plant the bigger tree, so you already know that that tree is big, so we need a big space. Okay, you need to find for a big space. Okay, next we have climate. Class, the climate should be suitable for the trees. So since the Philippines is a tropical country class, choose three varieties that grow best in a tropical climate. Okay? Next we have soil. Soil provides the necessary nutrients that the trees needs to grow healthy and to bear fruits in abundance. Okay? So next we have soil. Soil thus provides the necessary nutrients that the trees need to grow healthy and to bear fruits in abundance. Of course, if you're going to plant also class, look for a place or look for a soil that is healthy for the trees. Okay? Next, we have water. Yes, water. We need water. It is essential for moisturizing the soil and keep the trees hydrated. Because if the trees is not hydrated, if you're not going to keep it hydrated, probably it will die, right? So next we have the demand of trees. So the demand, yeah, talking about demand class. So their food should be assured. So of course, like example, mango tree. So mango tree, mango fruit is demand right now. So of course you need to plant mango, right? Next we have the arrangement. Of course, class. Arrangement of trees should be considered before planting. For instance, shorter trees should be planted in front while taller trees should be planted at the back for easy monitoring. So there should be a fixed arrangement so that it won't be harder for you to plant those trees. Okay? The last one is we have fruit eating animals. Okay, class, it can be a problem. So they should be watched closely. Okay? All right, so do you understand? Okay, so again, what are those examples or what are those factors in planting an orchard trees? First, we have location, climate, soil, water, demand, arrangement, and the last one is fruit eating animals. Okay? So, class, if your mom, your dad, your uncle, or your aunt, or your relatives are planning to plant orchard trees, class, here are some guides for them to plant those orchard trees. So, there is different, or there are different layouts in planting orchard trees. So, first we have the square system. Square system class is considered the simplest system of planting. Yeah, like, of course, the word itself, square. Just imagine a square class with a four equal sides and each corner a tree is planted. So just imagine that one, each corner has three. Okay, so next we have rectangular system. So if there's square, there's also rectangular. But it is similar class. It is quite similar with the square system. However, in this type of system class, rectangles are formed instead of squares. Okay, again, as what I've said, it is a similar way of layouting their orchard trees, but then it forms into rectangle. Okay. Next, we have triangle system. Yes, the word triangle. How many sides? Three. So it has three corners, and each corner a tree is planted. Okay. So next we have hexagonal system. So how many sides for hexagonal in your math? So hexagonal system class forms hexagon with six equal sides and each corner a tree is planted. So additional to that class, seventh tree is planted at the center of the hexagon. So this is different. Next we have diamond system. Do you know what is diamond? How does it look like? All right. So diamond class is the same with square system, but with an additional filler. So it has a semi-permanent tree planted at the center of the square. Semi-permanent. The last one is we have contour system. Contour system class is done by planting trees in a uniform slope and usually a right angle. So a right angle, just imagine a chocolate hills. A chocolate hills. So just like that. You're just going to make a right angle on that. Okay? So again, what are the different orchard farm layout? First, we have square system. Next, we have rectangular system, triangular or triangle system, hexagonal system, diamond system, and the last one we have contour system. Okay, so now let's move on to the last part of our discussion. Of course, if you're going to plant, what are you going to use? Of course, we need to use different tools in planting. So how are you going to plant if you don't have tools? All right. So let's talk about the gardening tools. Of course, there is nothing more convenient than having a complete set of gardening tools and equipment class, of course. A tree grower should first learn the necessary tools and equipment that will help or her in planting trees. So first example, we have the spade. Spade class has a straight blade. It is used for slicing, loosening, and moving soil. So this is used for moving soil. Next, we have rake. Rake just like fork, okay? So it is used for removing plants debris like fallen leaves. It is used in smoothing soil. So it is used for removing those um, example rocks, or if there are dried leaves you can use that one for removing those. Okay, so we have garden hoe. So garden hoe class is used for digging. Okay, digging the soil or moving the soil. It is also used for cutting and removing weeds. Okay, so next we have pruning shears or hand pruner. That is a cutting tool. Just imagine a cutting tool class that is used for cutting plants. Okay? So next we have watering can, water hose, or watering can, or watering hose. So we also have watering sprinkler. So there are three different watering equipment class used to water small to large areas of an orchard tree, or farm. Next, we have shovel. Shovel class has a rounded blade, so it is used for breaking, digging, scooping soil. Okay. Also, spade class can be used for digging, can be used for scooping. Yes. Next, we have hand trowel. Hand trowel class is a small type or handy tool with a narrow or broad blade. So the narrow blade class is ideal for removing weeds and planting bulbs, whereas the wider blade is ideal for transplanting leadings or seedlings to the garden or bigger parts. Now let's have number 8. We have loppers. Loppers class is a longer version of pruning shear. So it is also a cutting tool. Pruning shear class is a little bit small, but not really that small. But for loppers class, it is a little bit longer, bigger, and it is also used for cutting. Next, we have wheelbarrow. So wheelbarrow is very common, especially if you're going to plant or to do gardening. So it is used for loading and transporting soil and other materials from one place to another. So all you have to do is to push the wheelbarrow. Last one, we have garden fork. So there is, if there is fork, if you're going to when you eat, so of course there's also fork when you plant. Of course, so it is like a large fork utensil with four tines. So it is used in breaking compacted soil class, mixing compost, and providing aeration in the soil. Okay, so again, what are those examples? What are those gardening tools that we need to use in planting orchard trees? So again, in order for us to survive, we need to plant what? Trees. Okay, so any clarifications about planting trees? Alright, so if there's no clarifications, now it's your turn to continue your interpretation from the picture that I've shown you earlier. Okay? So you have to prepare that one in our virtual class. Okay? So I think this is the last, or this is the ending of our discussion for today. Thank you for listening, grade 6, and I hope you've learned something today. Bye bye and take care.